Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Tonight's topic is going to be waiting for the Hoover, why you shouldn't. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So, are you waiting for a Hoover, or were you waiting for a Hoover? Now, let's be real. When the narcissistic relationship is over in a romantic setting, you are waiting for a Hoover. There's a period of time when you are, actually hoping for a Hoover. Now again, I'm not trying to trigger anybody, but I've been through this myself, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. The point is, when the relationship ends and you are, say you were discarded and you were, you're in disbelief that you were with a narcissist, and you educate yourself and you understand everything, and you're putting the pieces of the puzzle together, there is a time there when you're wondering, you want closure and you want explanations and answers, and yeah, you do, you want a Hoover. Now at the time you don't even know what a Hoover is, but you figure it out, and then you're like, yeah, when am I going to get my Hoover? Is it going to happen? Like everyone else always says they get a Hoover. What about me? I want some answers. I want the Hoover. Now I'm going to jump into that in a moment. I just want to let you know, as time goes by, you realize, and the more education you put into yourself, and the more enlightened you get, and the more empowered you get, you realize that actually you don't want a Hoover. At least I don't. Sincerely, I want nothing to do with a Hoover, and I can get into that later in the video as well. But going back to when you are looking forward to a Hoover, or you want one, let's be real. Secretly, you did want one at one point, and maybe you didn't want to admit it to other people or anything, but I know that there were times you did want it. It's just part of the healing path. It's just the way it works. And maybe there's some of you that you are still waiting for a Hoover. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You don't want to be waiting or hoping for a Hoover. Now here are many reasons why. Number one, if the narcissist Hoovers you, let's say your relationship ended a year ago like mine, or 10 years ago, or a month ago, whenever. And again, I'm not trying to trigger anybody, I'm just giving you facts. If the narcissist Hoovers you, think about it. Why are they Hoovering you? Are they Hoovering you to just say, hey, you know, I'm sorry about the way I discarded you, I apologize, I want to be better, and I know that I did you wrong, and I'm sorry about that. Let's just pick up where we left off, and it's going to be great. No, they're not going to do that. So that's number one. Number two, are they hoovering you to let you know that they're a changed person, and that they actually believe you're their soulmate and you're the love of their life? No, they're not going to do that. Why do you think a narcissist would Hoover? That's right. They're going to Hoover you for a couple reasons. One is because their current supply, or the new supply, is not living up to expectations, and they're actually already bored or jaded or just tired of this new supply, and they want to go back to the fresh grade A supply, which is and or was you. Think about that. They're not coming back. They're not going to Hoover you because they're saying to themselves, wow, I really miss this person. I miss being around them. I miss cuddling and snuggling, and I miss sharing experiences with them. Absolutely not. Remember, you're just a tool in the tool shed. You're a utensil. You're a toaster oven to be plugged in the wall and unplugged when you're not to be used. That's what the narcissists, that's how they see you. That's how they saw me. So you're just another appliance. You're not a human being to them. You're a source of supply. And when supply runs low with the narcissist, what do? That's right. They search for anybody, anyone at all that can give them the supply. And in this case, maybe it's you if they're Hoovering you. So the Hoover, it's another way to see, okay, is this person, like the narcissist is, let's say they're thinking of Hoovering you. The narcissist is thinking, I wonder if this person that I discarded a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 3 months ago, whenever, I wonder if they're strong enough. I wonder if they're over the relationship. Like, I wonder if they've healed, and you know, they can take round 2 of the abuse I want to dish out to them. Think about that. That's exactly what the narcissist is thinking. You see, that's why when you're discarded, what they do is they want nothing to do with you. They don't want to give you closure. Why? Because they want to come back at a certain point. They leave that door cracked open just a little bit, unless and or until you go no contact and slam the door in the narcissist's face, which is what I did, and I suggest that you do it too. But getting back on track with the Hoover, the narcissist wants the ability, they want to test your threshold of pain, how much suffering you've gone through. Are you strong enough? Have you healed? Have you forgotten about all the abuse the narcissist did to you? Have you forgotten about all the gaslighting and the walking on eggshells and the silent treatment and stonewalling and invalidation? Have you forgotten about all that? What about the trauma bond? Did you forget about that? That's the most difficult part of everything. Or how about the triangulation that they put you through? We all know how I feel about that. One of the most disgusting, evil, sinister things the narcissist does. But the point is, the narcissist does want to come back and hoover you, but it's for their benefit. It's got nothing to do with you as a human being, nothing to do with you as an empath or a beautiful, bright, shining light, glowing, full of love and energy. It's nothing to do with that. What it is, and if you're being real, and I'm just being honest with you guys here, the narcissist, what they want is to take, again, your beautiful attributes that you have, your empathy, your looks, your love, your social circle. Maybe you've put money back in the bank account. Like, in other words, you've grown when they depleted you down to zero and you were up to your eyeballs in debt. Maybe now you're debt free and you are financially stable again, which certainly isn't me. And I'm guessing that many of you are putting yourselves back together too. The point is, these are all methods and reasons why the narcissist would want to hoover. It's a one-way street again. The narcissist would hoover only if they are A, low on supply, or B, they think they could get more out of you. So go back to when you were discarded. Think about how you felt. Think about all the extremely difficult times you went through, alone, isolated most likely, trying to explain the situation to your family or friends, and they had no idea what narcissistic abuse was, and at the time, you didn't either. Now, you basically have a PhD in narcissism, just like me, and you understand the intricacies and how it works. And if you do understand what I'm explaining to you right now, then you also understand that it's a cycle. It's a rinse, wash, repeat cycle with the narcissist. Remember, love bomb, deval, discard, maybe hoover, maybe not, rinse, wash, repeat. That's what they do. So getting back on track, are you waiting for a hoover? Or you shouldn't be. There's not going to be one good thing that comes from it for you. Now, again, you may say, Andrew, no, I want answers. I need resolution. I need closure. Remember, guys, the narcissist is not going to give you any closure. If anything, if you bring up, hey, what happened in the past, let's just pretend they do hoover you and you meet them for a cup of coffee. And by the way, you should not do this. But if you did, do you think they're going to actually be contrite and genuine and forthcoming and give you the answers that you want? They won't. They're just going to give you lip service. If they're not texting on their phone like, yawn, so boring, I just don't want to, are you done yet? Can we move on? I want to just get you back a supply, and that's all I want. I really don't want to have to answer your questions. Think about that. Remember all the times they're on their cell phone and just diminished you, degraded you, invalidated you, didn't care about anything about you or how your day was or your well-being? Do you want more of that? Of course you don't. But the narcissist thinks you have a short memory. They think that you're going to forgive and forget. Why? Why would you forgive and forget? Because you're an empath. And that's what normally an empath does. However, in this case, an empath doesn't do that. Do you know why? That's exactly right. Because you have the education now. You have the power. You are empowered. You understand how evil and manipulating excuse me, a narcissistic abusive relationship is. And you lived through it and you came out on the other end. You survived. You did it. You're an incredible, bright, shining light. And I shouldn't have said survived. I don't like saying that word. But the point being, you made it. So why would you go back for round two? Did the narcissistic relationship ever benefit you after the love bomb? No. And if you really, really want to dig deep, which I'll do a video on this eventually, is during the love bomb. The love bomb was great. It was. But the more I think about it, it's built up to have too much euphoria. It's romanticized way too much. And I will do a video on that. Because even during the love bomb, it wasn't all puppies and rainbows all the time. Yeah, the love bomb was incredible. Let's be real, it was. But there were dark times in there too that we tend not to discuss or remember. At least I haven't, but I will do a video on that. Getting back on track, the narcissist. If you're waiting for a hoover, guys, number one, it may never come. Think about that. And if you're waiting and actually hoping for a hoover, yeah, I'm stronger now, I can handle it, I can do this, I can deal with it, I'm looking forward to it. Number one, honestly, in my opinion, you shouldn't be waiting for something that probably may never happen. Number two, if the hoover does come, you should be going no contact. They should be blocked. They should be deleted from your life, from all your social media, all the flying monkeys, any way possible of the narcissist reaching you on your end should be, terminated. Now, if the narcissist jumps through 15 different hoops to find you and track you down and they want to hoover you, that's their business. They can waste their time and do whatever they want to do. And I'm not saying hoovering you is a waste of time. I'm saying if they're going to jump through hoops, then they must really want to hoover you. But you need to make it extremely difficult for them. And the next thing is, if the narcissist does hoover, like really, what it's going to be is it's just going to be the next round of abuse. Maybe it will be worse. I can tell you one thing. It will be a shorter life cycle, meaning the relationship, if you do take the hoover, and let's just say that in a moment of weakness, you take the narcissist back and you should not under any circumstances. But if you did, that relationship, it will be much shorter because the narcissist already knows how you work. They know everything that makes you tick. They know everything about you, so they don't have to work that hard. And remember, the narcissist is lazy. So they just want to pick up where they left off and abuse you more, steal your beautiful attributes and assets and everything you offer this planet, and move on. And if you do again, let's say that you did and they discard you, imagine all the pain and suffering and difficulty you had to process and go through when you were discarded the first time before you knew what narcissism was. Imagine going through that again now that you have the knowledge, you have the insight, you have the experience. You have something that most people on this planet will never have. You know firsthand what a narcissistic abusive relationship is about because you lived through it. Imagine going through that again. I can't, and I won't. And there's no way on this God's green earth that I would ever put myself in that position in a million years. So the Hoover, think about it. Many of you, and I understand the relationship just ended recently, I know exactly the place you're in. I was in there once too. And to be fair, I wanted the Hoover, and I was looking forward to it. And I was excited to get my closure, my answers. And there's, in the back of my mind, yes, being genuine, as always, yeah, there was a little hope that I was going to get back with the narcissist. This was early on. This is when I had no idea what was going on, that I wasn't with a narcissist, that I was discovering everything brand new for me. And there was a glimmer of hope of putting the family back together. Yeah, that's real. And I'm sure if you're being real to yourself, yet when you were a couple months out, you were thinking the same thing. Because that's how this thing works. But each and every day as it passes and you become more and more educated and understand what narcissism is and how you were taken advantage of and abused and manipulated, you want nothing to do with the narcissist. They are disgusting. They're vile creatures that almost ended your life. They certainly almost ended mine. But you know what? Right now, there's no chance. They're blocked. Goodbye. Zero. So am I personally, just before I end the video, am I looking for Hoover? No, I thought about it on my way home today. There's no way I want that. I want nothing to do with them. And you shouldn't either. Because all you will get is if you accept a Hoover. Remember, I can't say this enough. If you are Hoovered and you accept it, that's weakness. That's not good. That's not what we want. We want you to be strong, block them, no contact, move forward with your life. But let's say that you did accept the Hoover. Just understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with someone that's selling you snake oils. They're a wolf in sheep's clothing. They're not who they seem to be. They're wearing a mask. They're manipulating you all over again. And you know what's happening? If you do that, you are allowing it this time. You see, the first time when you were in the narcissistic relationship, you didn't allow it because you didn't realize that there were such creatures as narcissists on this planet. Yeah, you did ignore red flags just like I did, and we know that, and that's the way it goes. But we learned, and we fought through the relationship, and we have the education. So if you accept a Hoover, there's not one good thing that's going to happen. Watch this. The narcissist wins $10 million right now. Do you think they call you up and say, hey, you know what? I abused you for years, and I want to Hoover you. I want to, I just won $10 million, and I want you to have half, and let's have a great, happy life and live ever after. Do you see what I'm saying? They want nothing to do with your best interests. They want to take from you everything they possibly can. So it's up to you to maintain your boundaries, block them, no contact. Don't want the Hoover. There's not one good thing that will come from a Hoover. Nothing. So guys, like I said, I hope I didn't trigger anybody, but don't be looking for it. Definitely don't be waiting for it. And if it does happen, don't accept it. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I love doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. I love you all. And guys, I have this headset in, my iPhone, whatever you call it, earphone things. And I'm hoping that the sound is better. So if it is, please comment below because this is my first path to having better audio for everybody. All right, I love you all. Namaste. Guys, have a great evening and no Hoovers. God bless you. Bye.